FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Under communism, a director of stature was pretty much free to tell any story that he wanted to tell. But once a movie was shot and edited, the production was then passed on to the bureaucracy that dealt with actually getting the movies into theaters, and that part of the Soviet bureaucracy and so on had a political agenda. And if suppressed, the film was simply locked away, unseen. Communism has failed, but somewhere in those vaults, those pictures still exist. And if the films have any lasting value as art or social importance, they will be seen, and they have been seen. There's some extraordinary films that were made in Russia and were locked away exactly like that. One of the greatest war films ever made, called Come and See, directed by Elem Klimov, is an example of a film that emerged from the vaults long after the wall came down and has been internationally distributed. And if you ever get a chance to see it, it is the absolute total war film of all time. That's from this old soldier. The danger of censorship in America is not from government. Our Constitution and Bill of Rights stand firm in protecting us from that. And it's not from the religious right or from the self-righteous left. It is from we writers, ourselves, self-censorship by artists who simply give up. Because if we can't see a way to get our story sold and out into the theaters, what is the point of trying? How many films, inspiring ideas are aborted in the womb of the imagination because there's no way seen past the gates of commerce? And I see this is happening. I see it in my students. I see it in my fellow writers and directors. And it is our greatest danger. And as I grow older, I fear it in myself. At my age, can I spend a year or more to write a screenplay I know in my heart no banker is going to spend millions to make? Like most screenwriters, my trunk is full of screenplays that have been admired, and some almost got made. And they are all owned by the studios that paid me to write them. And now American copyright law says that the studio not only paid for them, but actually wrote them. American copyright law says that, in quote, works made for hire, the employer is deemed to be the author, end quote. That's what American law said. In other words, American law says it was Pope Julius II who painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling, and Mad King Ludwig of Bavaria who wrote Wagner's operas.